Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to solve a TCS NQT type coding question. This is a very simple and important question for beginners. So let us understand the problem. We are given an array of weights of n items. So we have to find all odd weights and we have to calculate their sum and we have to print the average of those odd weights up to two decimal places. So if there is no odd weights are found, we have to print 0.00. So first line will be like an integer n, so the number of weights. And second line will be n space separated integers like odd weights. All the weights like even or odd weights, all the weights we have to read. And after that we have to print output as average of odd weights up to two decimal places. For example, if you take test case 1, so here the input is 5, the number of weights are 5 and the weights are 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So here if you see the odd weights are 15 and 25. So if you add them 25 plus 15 we will get 40. So the average of 40 uh, is 2 weights. So the count of odd weights will be 2 and the sum is 40. So 40 by 2 will be 20. So 20.00 we have to print up to two decimal places, right? So we have to print 20.00. So if we take another test case, so here the number of weights will be 4 we given like 2, 4, 6, 8. So here all the weights are even weights. So the count will become 0. The count of odd weights becomes 0. So 0 by 0 will be 0. So but we have to print 0.0.00. Here this is an output for test case 2. So I'm going to write code in Java programming language. So we can write in any code language like any programming language in Python or C++ or any language we can write. So I'm going to write in Java programming language. So I'm taking scanner class. So first we have to read the value of n. So n represents the number of weights. So the number of weights, right? So int n equals to sc dot next int. So after taking n value, we have to store the n weights in an array. So new int of n. So we have to read all those weights, individual weights, right? So we have to take a for loop and we have to read all those weights. So after reading all those weights, so first we have to take the sum as 0 of odd weights, right? And also the count of odd weights will be 0 at first. So after that we have to iterate over the loop of all the weights, right? So so we will know that if the given weight, the ith position weight will be odd or even. So we have to check if condition. So if area of I percentile dot 2 is not equal to 0, which means the weight is odd weight, right? So we will sum that weight. So we will get the sum of odd weights and we have to increment the count. So we will get the odd weights count and the sum. So what we do is like we have to take average. So here we will print the average of odd weights. So here we will have to convert into double, right? So the sum and count are in integer format. So we have to sum, convert them, and we have to calculate the average. So what if the count is 0, which means if it contains all even weights, at the time we have to print 0.00 up to two decimals, right? And after that, if it contains odd weights, at the time we have to format it. Print f we have to use, just because of we have to printing up to two decimal places, right? Percentile dot 2f, and we have to print average. We will check. So first it takes n value, right? So we'll take n weights. So here we got a 20. So here the odd weights are 15 and 25, right? So 15 plus 25 will be 40. 40 by 2 will be 20. 20.00 up to 2 decimal places. What if it contains all even weights? We will see that case also. So here we will get 0.00. So this is an edge case. So that's it. So this type of questions is very common in TCS, NQT and other placement exams. Like first question will be easy, right? Easy question. In that easy question, so we will get this kind of questions, like some kind of theory and some kind of test cases, and we have to do that. So make sure you understand the logic clearly. The first question will basically under looping statements and also some basic coding questions. So if you want more important coding questions and patterns for TCS NQT, so just comment coding questions. So thanks for watching. Thank you.